After a fantastic Australian Grand Prix 7 days ago, we move over to Thailand. The championship is on the line. Martin is 22 points clear to Pecco Bagnaia. A dry sprint to a wet Grand Prix. Welcome to the Chang International Circuit for round 18 of the season. Hello everybody, welcome to Wet Weather Disaster. The rain is coming down heavy. 40 minutes ago it red flagged the Moto2 race with Ayagura becoming world champion now and Connect taking victory. Now we have a very wet circuit. Alex Marquez has already crashed on the way to the grid. Conditions are not good. It's 26 laps as it stands, but you might remember a couple of years ago where we had a delayed start due to the weather conditions. We could see the same today. But at the moment, the conditions are okay. They are good, and even the acrobatics are falling over, having some problems as well. Very slippery conditions, very dangerous. Let's head over to TNT Sports for all the action here from Thailand.
A lot coming from Aprilia. I'm not sure that they have the wet weather prowess to match Ducati or even Honda. They look good in these conditions.
Well, if you were joining us a little bit earlier, you'd have heard that Alex Marquez crashed on the sighting lap. We've heard he has to start from the back of the grid now. Terrible for Alex there.
Yeah, it is, because he's one of the wet weather riders. He's a sort of rider who he's qualified bad, but he loves these conditions, and he was probably, well, clearly he was pushing too hard on his sighting lap because he's confident. So it's a shame. But you know what? Generally, I mean this, you can still, in these sorts of races, you can do something from the back of the grid. There'll be people incredibly cautious on those opening laps, trying to suss out the grip levels. And if you've got nothing to lose, you can risk everything. You can be a hero or zero. We've seen it so many times in these situations. Yeah,
a lot to make up for Alex from the back there. OK, well, someone who's at the front, starting from third once again today, Jorge Martin, and Steve has been catching up with his crew chief.
Daniele, big day here for you, for Jorge as well, but the rain has come down as well. What was Jorge's feedback in the wet conditions this morning?
Yeah, just we are quite, let's say, relaxed, a little relaxed because it was good in this morning. Conditions are quite different because we have more water on the track. But overall was happy this morning. We've done a little changes in electronics to control the power and the spin. Hopefully you can do a good start. This we don't know because the start, the negative point, we did 2 spin at the start in the warm-up, so hopefully he can do a good start now.
Thank you, good luck. Thank you.
Well, I guess that answers our question. He was aggressive yesterday, possibly exceeding track limits twice, in Pecco's opinion 4 times, but let's not dwell on that too much. He's got to relax it, his crew chief says, and that's what he's going to do for the rest of the season as well, Michael. Yeah,
these conditions aren't or weren't Jorge Martin's, but he's turned it around this year where he is good in the wet. As Daniele said, the fact that it spun up this morning in warm-up will make them a little nervous. They'll probably really dull down the power as you drop the clutch here just on this side of the track. Rear wheel spins up, you get a sitting duck, you get swallowed up. So he's got to get it off the line, make sure he can settle into a good rhythm, because he looked fast this morning. He was comfortable in the wet conditions, although a lot more rain down now.
Alex Marquez, though, being checked over at the moment by a doctor. Neil, in terms of relaxing, Pecco actually said yesterday he thinks Jorge is now going to start settling for those second positions, because Steve Day also mentioned if he finishes second in all the next 5 races, he still wins. Do you think we're going to see that unfold here this weekend?
Today, with this weather, everything changes. If it was dry, Jorge Martin was going to try and win the race, was going to do whatever he could. In these conditions, you have to use your brain. You have to really be calm. You've not to panic. You can lose a handful of points today. So I think Jorge Martin will be on the let's say on a graph of being nervous. This is as tricky as it gets for the World Championship leader.
It's tricky for the World Championship person chasing, Pecco.
It's not. It's not. You want to be the chaser. You've got it. The chaser's got nothing to lose.
But if he crashes, then he's lost it entirely.
Exactly. The problem is when you're leading your ride tight, that's what it's called. You're nervous, you're anxious. I explained it in the hire car, we were chatting about it. It's like your football team scores a goal after 15 minutes, even though you're playing a side that's not as good as you. And what happens? You sit back, and all of a sudden you're given an opportunity, because you're sitting back, you're thinking, oh, we'll do this, you know, what 1-0 will do. And before you know it, you've lost 2-1. That's what happens when you're leading a championship. You start to ride tight, you're defensive. You're being super defensive. You think, oh, okay, well, I'll take a 4th. No, I'll take a 5th. And before you know it, you're down in 8th place. Your main rival's won because he's riding relaxed thinking, I've nothing to lose. I have to attack. Otherwise, I'm not going to win the World Championship. That's the difference.
Jorge Martin has just got back on his bike, actually quite early, because they go out, don't they, then come back. Well, let's see. Pecco, his team as well, needs to calm down because they've been pretty tense, pretty tight all weekend so far. If they can calm Pecco down, well, I'm excited to see if they can both ride relax, then we have a great battle on. Well, Enea Bastianini, well, he was a surprise package for us and himself yesterday, taking his 2nd sprint victory there in the wet. How good can he be, Michael?
I'm going to say the same as I said yesterday. He doesn't have a chance, so he'd probably win it. But no, he's not the best wet weather rider. It's never been his forte, so I don't see Enea repeating his sprint and go on to do the main races he did in Silverstone. It'll be tough for him, but he is one to ride without pressure. Mark and him are battling for 3rd in the championship, but whenever you look at Pecco and Martin, they'll be riding tight, and Enea can just relax. So he could spring a surprise. All the Ducati seem to work well in the wet weather conditions, so yeah, Enea's probably going to surprise me today again.
Well, all 8, didn't they? They took all 8 positions yesterday, the top positions in that sprint race. So I guess Ducati will be looking to see if they can be as dominant again this weekend. We've got a lot of the crowd now screaming. That's for Marc Marquez. If he gets a podium here this weekend today, that'll be his 150th Grand Prix career podium. What a statement. How many years has he been racing for now? 150, Neil.
Yeah, I mean, there's not a lot of people good enough to have a career that they stay in this paddock where you do 150 Grand Prix races. So to have been in the top 3 in 150 times is outstanding.
I had a look back. He got his first one back at Donington Park in 2008. He came 3rd. Do you know who beat him?
Yeah, that's the one that Scott Redding won.
Yes, correct.
Yeah.
How long ago was that, though?
Well, yeah, 2008, and that's when Scott Redding was 15. He was the youngest ever winner at the time, and actually only got beat by Chanton Honchu probably, what was that, about 4 years ago, 5 years ago, when he wildcarded at Valencia. And
his first GP podium back in Qatar in 2013, 11 years ago now. That's how long he's been so dominant in this paddock, and we wouldn't bet against him doing it this weekend here in front of the people who love him and in these tricky conditions.
Yeah, 85,000 fans have cheered him on all weekend. They cheered Subcat Chantra in Moto 2, but Mark is their man. Every time he's on screen, the crowd go wild. These are his conditions today. He talked down his chances yesterday, but I think he'd be feeling it right now.
Can anybody stop this Ducati 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8?
Yeah, and in these conditions, all the other manufacturers, it sort of works as a leveler. So it's an opportunity for them all to take a little bit of a risk. So, yeah, I expect a messy opening 2 laps, unfortunately.
Ooh. Ouch. Okay, hold on to your seat for this one. Well, we're going to take a pause right now then and listen to the national anthem of Thailand.
ประเทศไทยรวมเลือดเนื้อชาติเชื้อไทยเป็นประชารัฐพระไทยของไทยทุกส่วนอยู่ดำรงคงไว้ได้ทั้งมวลด้วยไทยร่วนหมายรักสมัครไทยนี่รักสงบแต่ถึงรบไม่คราดเอกราชจะไม่ให้ใครข่มขีสละเลือดทุกหยาดเป็นชาติบริทลางประเทศชาติไทยทวี
The 85,000 fans who have joined us today absolutely loved that. Well, Marc Marquez has been pretty generous with his time to us this weekend. With Gav earlier on, he gave that exclusive sit-down, and he's now talking to Steve Day on the grid.
Mark, you said to us yesterday if it was dry, fourth was maybe the best result you could get, but this changes everything. Are you back in the game?
Yeah, of course, on wet conditions, everything is possible. I mean, you have more chance about different situations, of course, and yeah, we will see, because it was a heavy rain just a few minutes ago, but now it looks like a stop. So the track will change during the race, and will be difficult to understand which is the real target and the limit.
Good luck.
Thank you.
I guess the question is now, how quickly will it dry as well, Michael, this track?
Yeah, because there's quite a bit of water down, I think it's going to be okay conditions. So you'll get a dry on line as the race goes on. These Michelin tires hold up quite well. So it's probably the ideal scenario. We may get more rainfall yet, but you can't get too much rainfall here where you get aquaplaning. So I think the track's fully wet. Everyone's out there on, there's two options of rain tires, but everyone's on those rain tires. So you know what you've got to deal with. You can see the track evolving in front of you. So actually it gives the riders a little bit of consistency across the race. So yeah, I think probably the best scenario all around.
Okay, well, Mark was on 5th. Let's go 10 places back to 15th, where Jack Miller starts. He's talking to Steve.
Jack Miller, it's rained. It's stopped raining. This looks like your type of race.
Yeah, we'll wait and see how that plays out. At least it's cooled it off a little bit for us. So, no, we'll give it a crack, see what we can do. Spray seemed to be pretty gnarly down that back straight just now, heading to the grid. So, fingers crossed we can slice and dice and get some fresh air and not cop too much of that in the early stages. But it'll be a long one, be a fun one, but fingers crossed we get to the end of it.
Go well.
Cheers, mate.
We're talking about the conditions being a leveller, and that is someone who could capitalise on these conditions, which he enjoys as well, Neil.
He does, and a lot of it is mindset. To think, oh, great, love these conditions. You can talk yourself into it. You can definitely talk yourself out of it. And Jack's literally one of the best at that. He's really optimistic. And the fact that he pushes hard early on actually generates heat in your tyres. Yes, there's the risk element, but that can raise the heat in your tyres, offer you more grip, and before you know it, you've worked your way through the pack. But it's all about the start for Jack. If he can get a good start, if he can get out of that spray, he's got a chance. Absolutely, he's got a chance.
Yeah, in all conditions, actually, he would have enjoyed. I remember him saying yesterday, he said, well, I like the hot and humid conditions as well, being an Aussie, so he also likes the rain. So let's cross our fingers for both Jack Miller and the KTMs, including, I guess, Pedro, who again, Michael, we were talking about it yesterday. Once again, another crash, another DNF. Is that 5 on the bounce now?
Yeah, I think it is, actually. He's not scored any points in Japan or Australia, so he needs to bring it home, although he won't be too worried. I think it's an opportunity for Pedro. He'll probably take a few more risks in the early laps. He normally starts quite well, and he'll get stuck in. So, yeah, he won't be thinking about those crashes. He just brushes them off and pushes on. There he is, just relaxing and getting ready. He'll have his eyes on this man, Marc Marquez, on his peripheral on the run down to turn 1.
And we were speaking about him a little bit earlier. If you have watched our coverage all day, Fabio Quartararo really unlucky yesterday. He came together with Brad Binder on the opening lap, had to then work his way back from 15th to a top 10, from 6th in these conditions, maybe with a bit of luck on his side. What can we see from him?
Honestly, Fabio is good in the wet now. He previously was really struggling. Le Mans a couple of years ago, he seemed to turn a corner. So the Yamaha works in the wet if they get the setting right, and they looked okay this morning in warm-up. Not fantastic, not standout, but strong. So if he gets a good start, doesn't get beat up in the early laps, then he can have a good rhythm. He put it on the podium in Indonesia in similar conditions last year or the year before. Yeah, he can ride the wet now. So I think Fabio will be feeling up for this.
22 points. Is it going to grow or is it going to shrink between Jorge Martin and Pecco Bagnaia here?
The million-dollar question. I do think it could well grow. I think it's Pecco's opportunity today. I think he might take more risk, and it may be the downfall of him. It's so tricky to know what way to approach it, but I think it may favour Jorge Martin here because Pecco wasn't entirely happy with his wet weather setup this morning.
Well, this is the Grand Prix of Thailand. It's a wet race, 26 laps ahead of us. Cannot wait to see how this plays out. Gav, Neil, and eventually Michael, enjoy this race. I know I will.
All set to go then. Wet weather championship deciding 22 points between Bagnaia and Martin. The Grand Prix of Thailand in wet weather, 26 laps. Buckle in and stand by for action. It's round 18 of MotoGP in 2024. There are 22 points between Pecco Bagnaia and Jorge Martin. Martin dominating yesterday with a superb move on the inside. It was Enea Bastianini who managed to get the victory as well. But everything is turned on its head. It was dry for the sprint. It's now a wet race. The riders are allowed to swap bikes at any moment. The entire field are starting on the wet tyre, medium front, medium rear compound. Alex Marquez crashed on the way to the grid. He's going to have to start from the pit lane as we venture out onto the warm-up lap. Rain is still around the circuit. We've got interesting conditions with spray around. Megan Birch alongside me in the commentary box. Megs, we're in for a fantastic race. Dry in the sprint, but just the amount of wet weather, light rain, it could get heavier. This could be almighty for the championship. It's Bagnaia versus Martin.
It certainly will bring some much needed excitement to the championship. We don't know what could happen with this now because they both might go down for all we know, or one of them might go down. And I will admit, during that hour break, I got a little bit of sleep.
That's not too bad then. We might be in for an interesting long day here as well if the red flags come out. That's another thing.
Weirdly, do you know what I dreamt about? Commentating.
What race?
I don't know. I think I was covering MotoGP and it's near the end and then I went outside and looked up at the sun and it was daytime.
It's daytime now. Let's catch you in there. Joshua Smith, the drama's already started and we weren't even live yet. That's why we went live early, actually. This is Alex Marquez crashed the starting lap. This can be a crazy race, says SHT. Most riders on wet tyres, they're now all on it, thank you. SHT says, who do you think is going to win? Who do you think is going to win? I'm going Marc Marquez, personally.
I am not sure. Either Mark or Bastianini.
Will Martin do what Bagnaia did like he promised after making his own call in the year? Didn't work out. Could see it. And Martin, Bagnaia couldn't go in. I think Binder and Miller are going to go in a lot of places at the start. That's a crucial one as well to keep an eye on. Bagnaia, Bastianini, Martin, front row. Bezzecchi, Marc Marquez, Quartararo. Acosta, Di Giannantonio. And then Morbidelli, Zarco, Binder, Aleix Espargaro, Miller, Fernandez, Rins, Nakagami, Mia Fernandez, Marini, Salvadori, Alex Marquez in the pit lane. It's a wet race. No chance of it drying out. 26 laps ahead of us. Bagnaia on pole. Martin third. 22 points. We need a good race. We have 5 lights on. And it's lights out in Thailand. It's a good start for Bastianini, but Martin gets the best one. Down into the first corner. Quartararo's going to take second position. Bagnaia's going to be under pressure as well as they all run wide. Bagnaia takes second position. Marc Marquez back up to third. Quartararo side by side with Bastianini as we come into the breakers over turn 3. Ducatis are all askew. Quartararo's going to go with Pedro Acosta, who takes up into fourth. Acosta goes wide, and Martin goes wide, and Bagnaia takes the lead. Bagnaia gets the cutback, side by side between the two. Martin's going to go wheel to wheel. They're struggling for grip down towards turn 5. The two championship protagonists, and Martin goes round the outside. He takes the lead of the race. Bagnaia down in second position. Marc Marquez up to third. What a start, Megan!
Hoping for a crash just then, and Alex Marquez has got admittedly the best start out of them all because he's in 15th.
Yeah, so he's already started from the pit lane, remember? So Alex Marquez already up into 15th position. Great start from him. That proves how much great he is. We've got a slow rider, Marco Bezzecchi, in the middle of the field. He's had a bit of a sit-up moment. Alex is going to get in a couple more places there as well. So already a problem for Marco Bezzecchi as they come through. Over the line we come again. Martin from Bagnaia, Marc Marquez, Quartararo, and already as well there's a half a second gap. Martin knows what he needs to do. Not what he did yesterday in the sprint race and go wide, but just control the front. But weather conditions permitting, as Acosta dives up the inside, Quartararo learn the brakes, Morbidelli going on the inside as well, and Fabio Di Gianantonio. Digi's trying to stay around the outside, and we've got Binder in the mix too, and through goes Morbidelli. Lap 1 complete already, 1 minute 43 the time, but already it was a great run.
Right, I'm just going to check how long this race will run for. So that would be...
Already on the brakes, look at Bagnaia, and we've got Acosta past Quartararo. Up into fourth space, yeah, right about that as well. Acosta and Morbidelli. Acosta's going way too deep. Acosta, and the scene where he crashed yesterday in the Tissot sprint, has gone off at turn 3 again. And Ayer is struggling massively. Where's he down? Bastianini's down into 12th. Yeah, really struggling. You audio muted.
Oh.
Morbidelli on the inside of Acosta.
He lost a lot of places during that opening lap, actually during that first turn.
And Acosta dives back on the inside. Morbidelli holds the outside line down at turn 5. Nicely done between the two of them as well. But Martin leads by 7/10 of a second to Bagnaia, and Marc Marquez brings back in with a great leveler, and Brad Binder's up into 4th place as he's on the inside line of Quartararo at turn 9. KTM now starting to find they've got some teeth in this race. Quartararo trying to fight back on the inside line as well. He's back through. Binder can't hold around the outside. They're side by side. Quartararo goes back through.
I don't know how Quartararo's got into 4th.
Well, he did that in the sprint race as well, didn't he? He got a great getaway. We just didn't know how he was doing it.
Magic.
Onto the braking zone, they come again. Morbidelli trying to find the braking zone. Everyone's trying to find the wet parts of the circuit to keep the tyres alive. Every part of the track's wet. More raining coming as well. 141.445 for Martin. He's got the fast lap of the race so far as we click over to lap 3. Into the braking zone for turn 1. Marc Marquez on the back of Bagnaia. Rain getting heavier at turn 1, we're being told, and we can see it on our camera angles. Oh, that's a great getaway, mate.
It really is getting really heavy out there. So there's only 2 people not actually improving on anything. It's that Zarco and Rins. And Zarco, no,
Morbidelli's gone wide.
Gone down a bit.
Well, Zarco dropped it. No, nothing on our monitors.
Gone really wide.
Yeah. One more with Jorge Martin, 6/10 of a second to Bagnaia. This is what Japan was wettish, wasn't it? It wasn't fully wet. It dried out a lot in the gap between Moto 2 and Moto GP. So this is the first time we're actually going to have a properly wet race all year long. Hello to, as well, everybody watching on. What a great little battle this is turning out to be. Anyone who makes helium jokes will be banned. Hello.
But
I'm struggling to talk at the moment with my tooth still going through.
Bastianini passes Aleix.
Tell you what, Space. I love your comment there, Space. No way I'm going to last 26 laps. Tell you what, I'm recovering from tooth surgery, if you've been tuning into us as well. And it's hurting already, but...
Let's hope it doesn't last 26 laps.
I could just about do it.
Did you take your paracetamol?
I did. I'm all medicated up, it's fine. But Martin on the front then. Marc Marquez closing into the back of Bagnaia as they come into the breakers over turn 12. And Augusto Fernandez launched up the inside of Alex Marquez in turn 12. So Marc is down into 15th, but starting from the pit lane. He's still getting points.
It has to lap the last 17 laps.
That'll
to
be the
reach
2/3.
Yeah. And Bezecchi's crashed.
No, no, no! Marco Bezzecchi off at 1. We just saw him fly off behind the TV pictures as well. So he must have, on acceleration, lost it. I can't see how he would have lost it on entry. He's up and walking away. Airbag's gone off as well. So, yeah, well, terrible day for him. That whole team's not having a great getaway. Let's have a look on entry. Oh, that was mid-corner it went down. And he was approaching the gravel. And he was still doing the, what have I done? Throwing the hands up,
He's got to get that in.
Proper Italian, isn't he, as well, from Rimini. He's definitely all throwing it in.
He may be speeding on the ground to gravel, but he's still got to do it.
Yeah, Martin then. 4/10 to back now. I think what we're seeing now is that the race calming down. We've gone green again, but they've all just got to be careful. Quartararo is down. Quartararo's down. And was it Morbidelli? Yes, it was.
Oh.
Morbidelli to the inside line and tags Fabio Quartararo. The marshals who have been preempted running out of the circuit because one of the marshals just got hit with the bike of Quartararo. I hope he's okay. Quartararo's
running after him.
Yeah, he's running after the bike as well, but that, in my opinion, the stewards are investigating it. That is worth a long lap penalty.
Yeah, because that was Morbidelli's fault.
Yeah, he just completely dive-bombed Quartararo and took him out. Quartararo's back in the race.
Yeah.
So an inside, and Bagnaya's done a 140.542. Miller's done a 140.448.
Good for the KTMs though.
But it's getting faster and faster because it's starting to close up again. This is where this is what I was talking about in the race earlier on. Bagnaya needs to take a few laps, get used to the conditions, and then punch after Martin. He needs to close that gap. Martin's going low on the brakes into 1. Bagnaya's going to go for it on the inside line. Bagnaya's got so much more traction. Martin's got off the track, and Bagnaya takes the lead, and Marc Marquez takes second place.
And here it comes.
That was exactly the move that I was saying, and now Martin's on the back of Marc Marquez coming down to the braking zone for turn 5. Well, this race just keeps going. It's the championship nobody wants to win. The gap now 13 points. It's exactly what Bagnaia needed to do. He needs to win this race. Close that gap down.
I feel like Marc Marquez is just in this for chaos now.
Oh, this is fantastic. MotoGP in the wet in Thailand. You can't ask for a better race. Morbidelli has been given a long lap penalty by the stewards, and I think that is the second decision I've agreed with them all season long. Freddie Spencer is actually taking a sane pill. Let's take another look at it. This is Martin going wide. Oh, he just had no brakes, did he?
Yeah, it's due to irresponsible riding.
Yeah, saw that coming a mile away, didn't we, as well?
Yeah.
Long way to go, but Pecco doing exactly what he's doing. Martin needs to crash as well. SHT saying Martin ran wide. Well, here we go again. Australia flashback as well. I'll try and catch up with the YouTube comments when we can. We're having a great race. Now, here it is again from Morbidelli. Comes from so far back.
Right, Morbid...
I don't know about that one, actually.
It looked like he was already starting to drop it a bit.
Yeah.
But still, Morbidelli should have seen that he was too bit too
It shouldn't have been in that part of the circuit. It was too much of a late lunge.
Even if it wasn't, like starting to drop a bit, it still would have connected.
Acosta trying to go on the outside of Jack Miller. Morbidelli has been given that warning. Now, this long lap penalty is at the exit of turn 5, and it's the longest of the season as well. It goes off the track, round the exterior of the circuit, and back on again.
Salvadori's crashed.
And that is another one in sector 2. I wonder if that's down at turn 3, hairpin. Here's the long lap bit, though. So are we going to see Morbidelli kick this lap? Yes, we are. Morbidelli goes straight on, round, and look, there, he's going to lose to Miller, he's going to lose to Acosta, he's going to lose out to Bashir, so he loses 3 places.
So many.
It's a long, long, long lap, isn't it, as well?
Yeah.
Comes out ahead of Maverick Vinales.
So 8th.
Quartararo is still second, he's in the 20th, he's 26 seconds back. Morbidelli has now completed his long lap penalty. Rider okay for Lorenzo Salvadori. That's what we've been told by race control. So
dropping like flies. 3rd, 6th.
I don't know. Are we going to go full distance here? The rain seems to be getting just slightly more and more heavy. It's light rain at the moment, but the way it happens here in Thailand, as you know as well, Megan, it just sort of light rain, all of a sudden then it's like Malaysia, heavy rain all of a sudden. And we're in Malaysia next week where the climate can, well, it just goes up and down, up and down, up and down.
Not good for rain. It's every 2 laps they're dropping.
Yeah, so we'll see who's going down the next lap. Yellow flag's still out for Salvadori's accident.
Must have been a lot of debris.
I don't like that because it's the right. It says rider okay, but if we need stuff, that's the question. It's the braking zone. It is down at turn 3, Megs. So can we see it? No, the flag's in. So we're okay.
Must have just been a lot of debris.
Yeah, like he's brought gravel on the exit, or there was something just there. I can't see any marshals back, but 13 points in the championship. Bagnaia's going to bring us down to as well. Martin 449. Bagnaia on 437. No, 6. That's right, isn't it?
Yeah. That would be correct. I'm just feeling really like.
I'd just like to point out as well, by the way, that Marc Marquez, even though he is in second position, 78 points the gap, he is going to be out of championship contention mathematically. So Marc Marquez, even
by just a few points.
But if Marquez wins the race, he gets himself in championship protection. 50 points on offer, plus then the 10 for the sprint, so that becomes another 20. So it becomes 70. So he needs to be inside that gap.
Yellow again.
Fernandez.
Wow.
Oh, is that him flying off the top of the screen at the top there?
Possibly.
Raul Fernandez has crashed out at turn 8. It says rider okay, but every 2 laps. You are right, Megan. They're dropping every 2 laps at this rate. 4 have gone down. Marc Marquez might be on for another victory here. Could he do? Could he do 3 in a row? Is it 3 in a row? Did he win Japan? Or did Bagnaia win? It was Bagnaia won Japan because it was 1-2, wasn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
It was, what was it? What did he say? It was Aragon, San Marino, and then Australia. That was the 3 he's won this year. And he could be on for a double back-to-back. Because he won Aragon and San Marino back-to-back. That's what I'm thinking of. This is Raul Fernandez. Oh.
Yeah, he just loses it.
He's saying, now, looking at that, is that what happened to
Ooh, almost hit him.
Yeah, bike went over him as well. Those Marshall, 12 for winning the sprint, not 10. Thank you, Iceman. I thought it was 12. I just couldn't remember because F1's got 10. So 12. So that puts it as 50.
Salvador's enjoying the race.
That's 25 for a win, so 50. Well, if we count this race as well still, there's 75 points on offer, plus another 12. What does that take us to?
99.
So there's 99 still on offer. So Mark's still in championship
Plus-
contention. Morbidelli's out! He's dropped it! Just as we were looking away from the monitor, he's turned in!
I'm not saying karma, but hey.
You're just desserts, Franco. He's off at turn 8.
He's also a lap early.
Yeah. So, yeah, they're just slipping out.
Plus the 3 points for the fastest lap. That's 102
We don't
points.
get fast lap points in MotoGP.
That's 99 points. Like a flake.
Yeah. 99 for Marc Marquez then. So if Marquez wins today and wins everything else, he might still do it. But Marc needs to win today to put himself down on the championship a little bit. After today, though, there will be 50, 62, 74. So Marquez needs to be 74 points in. Acosta's run wide. That's Miller, Binder and Bastianini through. So Acosta's down to 7th. And the 2 KTMs are doing battle with each other now as well, 4th and 5th position. Miller goes wide. Binder tries to get the cut back on the inside line, still not working out. I wonder why Augusto Fernandez dropped off this year as well. Yeah, he's on an old bike. Now, Pedro Acosta, Jack Miller and Brad Binder, they're all on the 2024 KTM. Augusto Fernandez on the 23 KTM. Yellow flags out, sectors 3 and 4 there, Megan. They've brought it out again.
To equalise, he just has to finish in 2nd for every race, but 1st in every sprint.
Yeah, so he's got to win. And Marquez has never won a sprint, Marc Marquez. Alex Marquez has, and he won his first one in Malaysia last year. Look at Marc Marquez coming to turn 8. He's all over the back of Bagnaia as Bastianini is out. The race winner from the sprint race yesterday has crashed out. Just saw the top of my picture. He's dropped the front as well, coming out of 8. And Enea Bastianini from the highs of the sprint to the lows of the Grand Prix.
2 in 1 lap.
Are the conditions getting too much? Will we need a red flag? Marc Marquez might think so, just like he was in 2019 at the inside of turn number 12. Bagnaia gets the comeback. They're side by side, and Bagnaia still leads to Marquez second. And here comes Jorge Martin.
This might only go to lap 17.
Yeah, the way they're going, I wonder, we've got to get to 2/3 race distance, and then we'll see if they put the hands up. But so far, we are seeing, 4 or 5 crashes so far.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Down on the brakes into turn 3 once again, trying to keep it on. Martin going for it on the inside as well. He's trying to catch up to these two. Marquez trying to go Bagnaia, not working out. No cookie crumbles there. What a Grand Prix this is turning out to be. Sheer delight.
Go on, that round.
Yeah. Let's have a look through 5. Augusto Fernandez passes Alege. Oh, Martin's off the track. Martin's run wide. Exit. So he's getting caught out now. And there's more rain coming in.
What's second place for the sprints?
10. That's why I'm getting confused.
So where does Mark usually finish in the sprints?
If he finishes them at all, that's the problem as well.
Yeah.
Miller now ahead of his teammates. Yeah, Miller's in 4th, ahead of the 3.
If he wins the next 3...
Is that a red flag? The timing monitor's just glitched.
I am not sure. So if he wins this race and the other 2 races, then that's 75 points. He only needs to gain at least 3 points.
It's closing
in the
up,
sprint
isn't it? Yeah.
race.
Mark Marquez going to try it again. Look then.
This is why I say he's still in contention.
Under braking for turn 12. Bagnaia braking super late. Marquez is just there. And here comes Martin. Martin again running wide.
He is. And that's Mark.
Oh, 1:39.794 for Bagnaia. Fast up.
Mark is getting faster, but the thing is, so is Bagnaia.
And so is Martin. Lap 11 of 26. 16 to go. We've still got to complete to 2/3 race distance before anything happens with possibly stopping the race. Martin, please stop running wide. Says Izan, yeah, please do. Into the breakers over 3. My eyes are glued on Martin at the moment, because if anyone's going to drop it, it's him. He started the race so well, but now he's losing out. And Mark Marquez, no, he's got nothing to lose. He's going for it. This was Bastianini's accident, Megan, in turn 8.
And what happened to him? Did he just lose it like everyone else? Kind of?
Yeah, it was in the exit of 8 though, wasn't it?
Yeah, he went over the curbs. And...
It's like when you tried to pull the accelerator, just did not pull it up. It's like he forgot to sit up.
Also, have you noticed how...
Oh, he's back in the race.
Before, everyone just let go of their bikes. And now ever since Acosta's been around, they've just started to hold on.
Yeah.
They've taken... He's made MotoGP riders learn.
Yeah, sometimes it keeps the throttle on as well, actually, don't they? Well,
Yeah, and it's easier to lift.
yeah, that's true. Can't work in Moto either. Moto E with their bikes are so heavy. It's like lifting a forklift truck.
Yeah. Don't know how they manage it.
Martin, if this stays how it is, and if we do go to a red flag, it'll be quite interesting. I don't think it's that bad at the moment. It's rideable.
And we haven't had anyone go down for a lap or 2.
We had 3 in 1 lap, so it's kind of just trying to balance it out now at the
True.
moment. Over the line we go again then. 15 to go.
On lap 12.
Oh, still, look, and there's still rain spots at turn 1. I'd love to actually take a look at a static camera to see if it is actually still raining. It's hard to tell. There's a lot of spray, though, that we can see on the run down to turn 3. And Bagnaia is still 2/10 a lap faster than Martin and Mark Marquez in second.
We only got like 5, 6 laps.
Until that 2/3.
Yeah.
That's where the red flag can come out. We had that in Moto 2.
Alex was gone close.
No race today has gone the distance as well. Asia Talent Cup got cut down. Moto 3 got cut down from 19 to 12. Red flag came out in Moto 2 with 2 to go.
It's not a day for that, is it?
Bagnaia was a bit messy there through turn 5. That's going to leave him vulnerable. Look at Mark. He's going to
losing concentration now.
Yeah. It's like the bike at the rear was just sliding out. He couldn't control it as nicely.
Marini, 13th.
Good stuff from him. He's ahead of Zarco as well, actually, as well.
Yeah.
And Nakagami's down in 16th. Oh, and Zarco's ahead of Marini. Never mind, they've stopped back again.
Yeah, still on points.
The 2 Hondas doing battle, of course.
Look at where Alex is, 12th.
And he started from the pit lane.
Yeah.
That's unbelievable.
He got an amazing start. I mean, even around the first corner, he was already up, like, to 18th.
So much more traction compared to the rest of them as well. And a bike, of course, he's gone to his second bike. that had a dry setup, but they've attuned it, so I think it's got the best of the conditions. It's wet, obviously, but it's not.
It's like a mix.
Yeah, it's not fully wet out there, so he's got more grip. He's
The
got more
first mixed
traction.
conditions bike.
Yeah, exactly that. It's sort of like it's like a hybrid balance. Usually you get one for dry, one for wet, but now they've got a hybrid because they had to adjust the dry bike to a wet bike. Marc Marquez done a 1:39.720. So we're 9 seconds off the fastest ever lap around here. That's how slow this track's become. But Martin's dropped back, by the way. 1.5 off of Marc Marquez, 1.7 to Bagnaia. But Marc Marquez setting off after Bagnaia with 14 laps to go as we're at halfway of the Thai Grand Prix.
I generally think they might consider making Alex Marquez's bike like a new bike type.
Yeah, the hybrid mixture.
Because it's ingenious. And it's obviously doing well.
It shows what good of a talented rider he is. He's a world champion, of course, let's not forget. And he is improving. Time and time again, he's having the traction. Time and time again, he's proving exactly why we need to say he's good. And Marc Marquez has got a great exit coming out of turn 8 as well. Now into the braking zone. Bagnaia is going to have to feel a little bit progressive about it. He's going to go defensive, but Marc has got so much more traction. It's going to be turn 12 again. You can see Marc's eyes is just like Australia with Martin. It's sort of narrowed and shot forward. If there was literally sticks coming out of Marc Marquez's eyes, he'll be touching the back of Bagnaia like laser bolts into turn 12. I can see the rain coming down a bit more. Marc Marquez goes to the inside. Bagnaia knows he's there. Marquez gonna go wide. He tried to lift the bike up to freeze Pecco out. Pecco gets the comeback.
So close.
Marc tried to scare him. It's not gonna work.
Yeah, and Bagnaia, I think, just tried to push him off.
He did. They're trying to scare each other. Thing is, though, Marc Marquez last week, the murderer in him was back.
Yeah.
It was full-on Michael Myers, as I described it.
Right now, he's being generous.
Yeah. Last week, I said, didn't I, in the commentary, he was more like Michael Myers, stalking the back of Martin, just breathing down the back of his neck.
Right now, he's like that extra scene in
yeah.
Michael Myers where just playing loads of random things. He's just waiting.
Yeah, he's just waiting. He's stalking Laurie as well.
Yeah. And right in the background, Marty is just thinking, ha, that's how it feels.
Very much, and Bagnaia running wide ever so slightly. Martin's got the best seat in the house right now for the show.
It's just like, so that's what happened.
Look at Bagnaia's wife as well, going like, please, 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 please.
Please be a better, serial killer move.
Yeah, as Space points out, it's red mist down on it as well, literally. These two teammates next year as well. And Marquez on the inside!
No!
Marquez has crashed! No! He thought it would be Halloween where he gets to be the killer! It's more like Halloween ends for Marc Marquez!
He should still get it going.
He in turn 8! And the front buckled under the pressure! No! I can't believe it! Oh, I wish I had something to hit in the box. That was unbelievable. Just got on the dirt and it went down.
And unless he gets some points, that's his championship possibilities over.
One mistake, he's back in the race. And where's he resumed? 16th. He'll need a red flag now and a race restart, but we're closing up on 2/3 distance. We won't get that if it's red flagged. Marquez needs the race to be stopped to the next 2 laps in order to have a restart.
Come on, he can do it, he can do it, he can do it.
Well, it's too good to be true at the moment, yeah. That's not good for Martin, even with a 4-point gap after Marquez crashed. Yeah, they got now 17 points in the championship. It still could be wrapped up in Malaysia, but it's onto the podium for Jack Attack. Misery in Australia. Highs now, possibly in Thailand. Zarka gets ahead of Marini.
Okay, what he needs...
Is that a commentator's curse?
Yes.
Yeah, I thought so. Yeah.
What he needs is for other people to go down, including Bagnaia and Martin.
Mark!
He needs other people to go down to get the points back up.
Thing is, though, Mark's overriding a 23 bike. He was pushing it too much. And he just
went
got
over the curve.
Yeah, but if he has the 25 bike next year, with Bagnaia, they're going to be... there's no doubt in my mind so that they're going to be so much good in the championship.
No, also, I can read Mark's father's eyes to say, I'm so sad that my son just crashed, but look at my other son.
Yeah, up to 11th place, actually, as well. Mark, yeah. Mark, the usual, yeah.
I love how they've only put Martina Bagnaia on the championship thing now because that's the only ones with possibilities.
2 left in the title hunt now as well. It's going to be these 2 between them as well. I can't believe that.
Look at Mark. He's pushing. He's really, really pushing.
19.8 first sector. He's starting to. He's still fast out there, even with a damaged bike.
There's still 11 laps to go.
I was really looking forward to a tussle between the top 3 in the final few laps. And now we've got Bagnaia by 2.7 seconds.
You never know, he might be able to do something miraculous.
Oh, I was...
Actually, good to think of it. Have you seen how much he's gaining on Nakagami?
He's 25 seconds back to Bagnaia, but he's closing up... What is he now? Yeah, it was 2 seconds back to Nakagami, but he's closing that in quite quickly. It's like a 10th every corner.
Yeah.
Let's have a look at it again.
He could theoretically just get back in points.
Did he touch the white line, didn't he, as well?
Yeah.
Oh, there's the kid crying.
Oh, it's okay.
I feel really bad about that. I feel like crying
Yeah.
as well. Oh, Martin nearly dropped it, same part.
Come on, drop it. Drop it.
Did you see? No. Exactly the same time that Marc Marquez crashed. Martin nearly went down the same corner.
I think it was some shot.
He must have been looking so far in the distance. He went, oops, I'm nearly down too. Great save from Martin. That would have really changed the championship hunt.
Can those 2 crash out?
No. For a good world championship, we need Bagnaia to win the race and Martin stay second because that closes out. If anything, Martin's the one who needs to crash out because then the championship
Okay, can he crash out?
Yeah, but then the championship really closes up going into Malaysia and then it guarantees the championship's going to go down to
Then it helps
Valencia.
Mark out.
What would everybody rather have? It all decided in Malaysia or everything go down to Valencia? I'd rather everything go down to Valencia. Mia and Zarco are battling together as well. I want this to all go down.
They might take each other down.
To Valencia.
I just want Mark to win, but I know that's next year's dream.
Remember, Bagnaia can clinch the title at Malaysia if Martin crashes out this race in both the sprint races and Grand Prix at Malaysia. Bagnaia wins the sprint and race there, yeah. So Bagnaia, there's an option for the championship to win it in Malaysia by both of them. So that's really where we need to go. I love how Malaysia, the Kuala Lumpur circuit in Sepang, it opened as a Formula 1 bespoke venue. MotoGP came here, and the locals went, yeah, we don't like Formula 1 anymore, we like MotoGP more.
MotoGP was just like, this is mine now.
MotoGP seduced Malaysia. And yet every F1 fan wants to go back to Malaysia. I love Malaysia. I was disappointed in 2017 when Formula 1 left, but I love that MotoGP still goes to Malaysia and Sepang. I love Malaysia.
Has F1 stolen any MotoGP circuits before?
We went to Magellan.
Yeah, but did we steal it?
We didn't keep it.
Do we want to keep it?
Qatar.
We stole that.
Yeah, Qatar. The deal,
Fair play then.
Yeah, the deal was that because it's all in the Gulf first date, in 2004 it was decided MotoGP got Qatar, Formula 1 got Bahrain. And then in 2021, when we needed circuits, Qatar said, oh, we'll have it. And then they announced a 10-year deal at Losail. So Formula 1 stole Losail away from MotoGP. And Qatar, yeah.
Were they angry about that? I bet they were angry about that.
No, actually, because they got a new paddock area complex because the other one was, well, let's say...
Lapidated?
Let's just say it was the equivalent of a caravan site from the 1970s.
Oh.
Yeah, it was not great.
So carry-on film?
It used to be a camel farm, actually.
So it was a carry-on film?
Basically, yeah. And now it's a space age like Sepang.
Inside, better than outside.
Yeah, now we'll take a look at the man of the moment, Alex Marquez, battling with Johan Zarco down to turn 3. Zarco's on the inside line. Alex Marquez will try and hold that brake. He's on the outside. Zarco's going to go in too deep. Marini and Mia battling out together as well. Yeah, Zarco goes too deep. Alex Marquez cuts back on the inside line. Alex Marquez proving to me today that he is absolutely fantabidozy.
Would you like to know that Mark is currently 2.2 seconds?
Yeah, now 2 seconds behind Nakagami. Yeah, he's closing in.
So, props to Alex. He's in the top 10 now.
Here he is now. Actually, I was watching. And what's the gap between him and Aleix? Oh, 3 seconds. Actually, no, 2.9.
We can make it up.
Both Repsols having a lot of about, yeah, we're seeing it in 12th and 13th.
I wonder if their parents have ever been asked to say, okay, what's the secret? Because you've produced these two MotoGP riders. What is your secret?
Aliens. Something happened there on the timing monitor. Something flipped.
It's going to change around or something.
Yeah, couldn't see. Ah, there we go. It's Mia and Marini again changing over left, right, and centre. Notice how Marc Marquez crashed, by the way, and the entire attitude of the race is gone.
Yeah.
Because Martin can't. He's closing up. He's super fast, but he can't catch up to Bagnaia.
We have no faith in them. That's the thing. Look, Mark's on the screen. We have faith in him.
Yellow.
Salvadori again.
Second crash of the day for Salvadori. That's got to put him out. Rider okay, but that's a second crash for Lorenzo Salvadori.
Is he okay? Like, I know it says he's okay, but is he okay, like, emotionally?
I reckon he'd be gutted to crash twice. Second, it's the same part of the track. Turn 8 was his first crash, turn 7 is the second crash.
It's just like, okay, we could get you, but turn 7 can.
Oh, Lorenzo.
It'd be funny if he got back up again and just then crashed at turn 6.
I get knocked down, but I get up again. You ain't never going to keep me down.
Turn 7's just like, I hope I keep you down.
Oh, dear.
He's rejoined the race.
Oh, for God's sake. 'Tis but a scratch. Salvadori's just having... To be fair, he's replaced Miguel Oliveira and for Trackhouse. He's just having test data.
Yeah.
Fair due to him. If he keeps going, he might actually get some points as well.
He's just like, okay, my bike isn't fully damaged. I'm not damaged. Let's go.
Eyes, straight on the target here.
Oh my goodness.
We are past 2/3 race distance, by the way, with 7 to go now.
It's 3 laps down, too.
Augusto's in the top 8 at the moment. Where is? Yeah, Augusto's 8th at the moment. We could see Mark battling his former teammate in this race.
I'm surprised Augusto's so
Nakagami.
far up.
Yeah. Salvadori's into the pit lane. He's out of the race. That's it.
He just didn't want to end on the gravel.
Yeah, he's decided enough is enough. Bike's too damaged.
And he's scared what happens if he goes again.
Yeah, see, this is why I disagree with Simon Patterson a bit on this one about the fact that about the BSB rule is that he wants to bring it away. If you crash, you can't go back on the bike.
No.
Maybe in practice, but in the race, if you can do it, do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That defeats the objects.
Maybe in practice, but not in the race.
Would you ask an F1 driver if he spins to not get back?
It's a difference though if you've crashed, because, I don't know.
Yeah, but we even have that still. We've seen people go in the wall and then to be like, okay, I'm fine.
Binder is going wide and Acosta's trying to come back on the inside at turn 5. It's still not angling up where he needs to be. Fabio Di Giannantonio 6th before his season-ending surgery. Why is he not? I don't get it. If Digi's this good with a shoulder injury,
why can't he do this when he doesn't?
Why can't he do Malaysia in a week's time?
True.
And why can't he then just have 2 weeks off, rest, and then go back for Valencia?
Also,
I don't know why he's decided, okay, I'm not doing the last 2 races. It's a bit weird.
Maybe he just feels like he needs recovery time.
And then, I don't know, it's either going to... Oh, TV pictures, please. It's either going to be Andrea Iannone or Nico Bulaga who comes in. We still don't know. Expecting that on Monday and Tuesday.
Have you noticed that every time, like, either a driver or a rider, like, hurt themselves, they do better?
Yeah. Alex crashed and he's now in 11th. From the pit lane, let's remember that, on a backup bike.
I honestly think they race on anger after that.
I'll tell you this again. Have you noticed how it's just... Oh, hello. Marquez is right in the back of Nakagami for points here, and he's on the inside.
He's just like, okay, now it's your turn to get.
What? I'm going to have a look at the interval here, because I want to know what this little battle is. Mark could end up 12th here. No doubt of a lie, he could end up in 12th.
Right behind his brother.
He's going for it on the inside. Marking the brakes into 3. No, Nakagami's going into right on the aero shot devices as well. Probably because of surgery timing. Ah, that's true, yeah. That's actually a good point. I didn't think of that. Thinking I've just had surgery, I've been told that it's a 5-week recovery period.
Yeah.
For shoulder surgery, and that's tooth. For shoulder surgery, it could be a couple of months, and we've got pre-season testing to consider.
Yeah.
So maybe you're right, maybe it is that. 2 Hondas side by side, Mark's off the track again. Got on the blue.
That lost him about a tenth.
Grassini next year, of course, getting factory bikes. And no, VR46 getting factory bikes. Grassini's staying as a 24 bike customer team. I think Alex wants a bike.
Why are they always a year behind?
It's satellite teams, so you get one team, and then you get what if you have a main bike, then you supply another team with one bike, and then the rest of them you supply gets last year's bikes. So it's satellite. So you get factory, customer, satellite. So
This is doing well.
how it goes is you get the customer team, so you get the factory team, in this case Ducati Lenovo, then you get the satellite bike, that's where Jorge Martin is, so that's the current bike with the customer team. Then Morbidelli is a customer because he gets the 23 bike, then VR46 and Guinnessini, they're customer teams.
Right.
So that's how it all works out. You get factories.
Oh my goodness.
What?
That is a big gap between first and fifth in
What
the
the hell?
champion.
Yeah, 247 points between them. I was just thinking that what happened to the graphics there, but I've had to say that it's first and second. Binder's passed Acosta, by the way, for fourth.
And how is Acosta in sixth in the championship? For his first season, that is amazing.
Mr. Consistent, isn't he, as well? And still, he's got a few pole positions, but still yet to have race wins.
And he's
Acosta up the inside and gets ahead. And he's side by side with Binder. Muscles Binder out of the way. Very nicely done as well. Alex Marquez in a battle.
Yep, with Augusto Fernandez. I bet he thought this would never happen.
And Alex back to 10th. We need to cut to that battle, actually. It's getting feisty out there. Marquez, Fernandez, Marini wins. They're all battling together. I want to see that on RTV screens. Here! No, I thought it was. Yeah, Rins back up.
The Marquezes are currently out for blood.
Teeth gritted for them, isn't it, as well? I know the pain. Rain has eased off.
Have you noticed how they never fully battle each other when they're on the track together?
They never do, and even when the teammates have never really come across each other either. I've very rarely seen them have a proper fight together.
I feel like they have an unspoken agreement.
Yeah,
I mean, it'd be easy for them to do.
Yeah, stay between the two. 4 to go, by the way.
I bet they're just like, okay, do you want to take this turn now? It's like, yeah, sure.
Nakagami gets ahead of Juan Mir as well.
Like every segue.
Replay. There's the eyes. Martin blinking.
You see, Martin, this is why you're not like Mark. You need to keep a focus on the tyre.
Is that Magnias from tyre wobbling down the straight, even though he's keeping it straight?
Possibly.
That's a Marc Marquez fan. She was enjoying it.
She wasn't enjoying it a few laps ago.
So we've got Salvadori, Morbidelli. Oh, Mark's past Mir.
15.
Point. Mir's gone wide.
Probably.
For that to happen, yeah.
Yeah, he has to have gone wide because he was like 30 seconds ago he was with Marini.
Yeah.
Rins has just either gone wide or crashed.
Rins is out. Rins is out. Rins has crashed. Alex Rins has crashed out.
14 for Mark though. Yeah, he's definitely crashed.
Rider okay, it says. I bet that's at turn 3 again. It's always at that part of the circuit. This is where we need rider tracker. Is he going to tell us? Oh, this is...
Gonna show us.
Oh, hang on. Well, this is at turn 3. I reckon it's turn 5 that we've gone down. Riders involved. Oh, no! Mark hit Mir off the circuit.
Oh.
Mark is on the inside line and he clipped Mir's elbow. And there's Rins.
But he got back on the track, that's right.
So Rins has gone down at turn 7. Oh, sorry, turn 4. Well, 10 out of 10 for style there, because he's skidded across. He ran perfectly down the escape road. It's like that scene in Top Gear where Hammond comes through in you know when they're doing supermarket sweep and he comes in sideways.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, it's like that one, just straight through.
I love that.
And Marc Marquez has been told to drop 1 position, but he will still pick the points because Rins has crashed.
Yeah.
So Marquez goes from 15th to 15th.
Yeah. Hurrah.
Yeah, not bad, not bad. He's got to do it though, otherwise I get a penalty. A bigger penalty, I mean. Marquez will never learn he's a wrecking ball and a hand grenade. Yeah.
When's he going to learn that he's Michael Myers? Same initials too.
Irresponsible riding. He learned that last week again, that he's still got it.
Marc Marquez has the same initials as Michael Myers.
Again, we said that in Australia.
Did you?
Yeah, Fernandez. Augusto Fernandez is down. He's gone down to 14th. Yeah, he's out.
Well, that's now 13th to 14th for Marc.
Oh. Augusto Fernandez.
Wait a minute, wasn't he next to Alex just then?
He was, yeah.
Really?
Sector 3.
I bet that was another Marquez doing something.
Look at Pedro trying to get third away from Miller. We're going to fight on for the podium here, the last water position. Fabio Di Giannantonio gets ahead of Brad Binder. Augusto Fernandez has crashed out of the Grand Prix.
He has an injured shoulder. Can he at least act like it?
Binder's on the inside of Digi. Digi's round the outside. Fabulous move from Di Giannantonio. Chef's kiss there. He's up into 5th place.
Seriously, is this man being truthful about having a hurt shoulder?
Look at Acosta around the outside of Miller into the braking zone. Way too late on the outside, and Acosta's got Miller. Beautiful move. Miller's going to fight back on the inside. Acosta's going to give him just enough room. Side by side of the exit.
That was close.
Miller's going to go on the outside. Acosta on the inside down to turn 5. Acosta looks to his right to see what Miller's going to do. Miller's going to break lane. Sweep round the outside. Brilliant bit of riding between these two for the final podium spot.
I'd love to see Acosta in the championship battle.
Acosta's on the inside line. Going to take it back. Runs it deep. Miller gets the switch back. Miller takes it. Acosta's going to hold the position round the outside. Inside line at 7 is Dylan Martin. Fabulous between these two.
Marc has gone 12th. When are you going to give the place back?
And Digi's coming in as well. Digi might get a podium in his last race of the season.
Hopefully.
This is going to be fantastic as we're coming up to the last lap of this race. It's been a thriller in Buriram.
Has Marc missed the thing about him having to drop position?
Wow, Acosta! Over the curb and the bike's squiggling out of control. Digi's coming up the inside. He tried to have a go at Miller. Miller's gone wide. Digi's got the exit down to turn 1. Final lap, the call. Digi's going round the outside. Digi's got him at the line. Did Miller get back through?
Yes.
Yes. There it is. Acosta's got the podium as it stands. Digi's got the toe to Miller. Inside line. Last of the late breakers. Miller's going to go wide here. He's gone too late on the brakes. Can't get it stopped into 3. Digi says thank you very much. I'll take it. Miller's going to try and go around the outside. Bring the pack up. They touch elbows and Digi's through to 4th. Woohoo. Can he get Acosta before the line?
Zarco 8th.
What a race. It's the day of unpredictability, this one, isn't it?
Seriously, are we sure this man has a injured shoulder?
I don't know. He's got something, hasn't he? And he's missing out Malaysia and he's missing out Valencia just as he's coming good.
Marc goes 11th. Marc, you have to drop a position at some time.
He's going to get a penalty post-race then.
How many places?
He'll be 2, so he'll go down to 14th behind Bastianini. Well... Pecco Bagnaia started on pole position in the sprint. He lost out with Martin going wide. Starting on pole today, held the line to be defensive. A crucial race in the World Championship. He couldn't let Martin increase the gap anymore. He's going to fight back now at the Chang International Circuit. The championship is back on. Down to Malaysia. Bagnaia wins Buriram. Bagnaia wins. Martin 2nd. Acosta finishes 3rd. Digi is 4th. Miller 5th. Binder 6th. Vinales 7th. Zarco will be 8th. Aleix 9th. And Alex Marquez from the pit lane will take 10th place. Marc in 11th. Marini's 12th, but there's a penalty to be given there to Marc. Nakagami, Bastianini, near the last point. Quartararo in 16th. And then out of it, from Augusto Fernandez, Rins, Salvadori, Morbidelli, Ralph Fernandez and Bezzecchi. But Bagnaia wins, and it's down to 2. Only Jorge Martin and Pecco Bagnaia remain in contention to be the 2024 Moto2 World Champion. 2 sprints, 2 Grand Prix left. It's down to Malaysia.
That hurts to know. But I don't know how D'Antonio has got into fourth, so congratulations to him. And I love how the Marquezes just casually just end up next to each other again. This second race running.
Yeah, well, penalty coming from Marc Marquez, isn't it?
True. There's a penalty. One place.
So...
No,
yeah.
not one place. Oh, wait, no. It's not a penalty. It hasn't been added yet. I generally thought it had been added.
No, it hasn't yet. 17 points now, Megan, as Bagnaia and Martin congratulate each other. Marc Marquez the same. Bastianini there too.
Are they talking about Marquez?
Yeah, they're talking about how great the race was. They've got respect for each other. That's a good thing. But 17 points down the gap in the championship. Going into Malaysia, Martin can be world champion in Malaysia.
Yeah.
But as Space pointed out earlier on in the chat, Bagnaia can also claim it in Malaysia if he wins the sprint and wins the Grand Prix.
They both can.
No, I don't think Bagnaia can win it now. In Malaysia, he has to win it in Valencia. Martin can win it in Malaysia. Bagnaia has to go down to Valencia.
So the points of this are 25, 20, and 16.
For this one, yeah. Maddie's just retweeted, this MotoGP race is far too tense for 8:24 a.m. Hopefully get Maddie in at Malaysia. Julia too. I know Maddie's on site in Valencia, so we'll have some video calls with her.
Ooh, that's bad for her shoulder.
More from the team next year, of course, with Maddie and Julia. This year's been mental for Maddie, as you know. She still helps so much. Shows Simon. Mega respect to the both of them.
How much pain is D'Antonio in?
Look at that. They're now calling it the rematch. After Valencia last year, when Martin took out Marc Marquez and retired, it's now between the two. Malaysia will be our battleground once more.
There it is.
There
One
it is.
place.
Yeah. So Marini goes to 11th and Marquez goes to 12th. Let's take a look at the chat. No, Bagnaia can't win the title in Malaysia. He'll at best have a 20-point advantage over Martin and Malaysia. Good race call, guys. Oh, thank you, Space. Nice to have you on board. I hope you've all enjoyed it as well. 7,835 people have watched this. Nice to have you all along with us in an early morning race. 9th win of the season for Pecco Bagnaia as well. Mental year, this. Career best for him. Cloud 9 for him. Megs, I'm going to let you go as we hear from the top three. We'll see you in Malaysia in a week's time for the all three classes again. What's been your takeaway from this weekend?
Wet equals everyone seems to crash.
Yeah. What do you think going into Malaysia?
I think Martin will succeed a lot.
Champion?
Possibly, yeah.
Oh, I want to go down to Valencia.
Though I'm not sure championship will happen then. Well, hopefully
if Martin does
we'll
it,
help him.
We'll see.
Well,
right. Cheers, Megs. I'll see you soon. Let's hand over then to what TNT for that. Neil Hodgson and Gavin Emmett.
He obviously had a huge moment with this story, whatever he's saying.
Davide Tardozzi's just pointing down to MotoGP Team's World Champion Ducati Lenovo, who have clinched that today. You feel a bit familiar, don't you? Sat in third place for much of that race, but powerless at the end to stop Pedro.
Yeah, you could tell Pedro he built himself into the race, made those mistakes, but was really comfortable at the end.
Still for Miller. Just trying to think that will, equal his best of the season for Portugal. Now the work begins for the next round. Yes, delight today, but they know they've still got a job on. As we said, Jorge can finish in that place behind Pecco in every single remaining round, and he still is world champion. Won't try and do that, but he won't care if Bagnaia wins 4 and he's second in 4.
Now, there's one thing, they'll all have a good base setting for Sepang. It's a track that they've all done thousands and thousands of laps on.
Top independent rider, I think we knew that one was coming, but of course he was still battling Marc Marquez for that. How are you going? He's saying that Marc Marquez crashed and I did exactly the same behind him.
Oh.
That's what he
Oh,
said.
it weren't target fixation, they did lots of front.
We didn't see too much of Pedro Costa in that race, but he came through in the end after 5 DNFs to take a podium.
Pedro, you just showed again why your fan base is growing. You never give up. Tell us about that one.
Well, it was tough because compared to the warm-up, I don't know why, I was struggling to get temperature in the tire. And it's true that with a lot of water, I was struggling a bit. Also, I was wide in 10.3 at beginning because the brakes was a little bit cold. But anyway, we need to be happy. I only want to thank all the team that they are making an awesome job. All the people in Mattighofen that every time that we try something, we are improving. To all the test team, since Paul, Danny, and all the engineers that are behind. Also the people at home, the guys that let me train his track with Miguel and Eva, and also my trainer Adri. I think we are making a good job to arrive where we want to go.
Congratulations.
It's the Fortuna Motorsport track that we visited earlier this year. Adrian Cases is trainer who puts him through a rigorous process, practicing for moments like this.
You are so right, exactly. Flirting with the limit, getting comfortable with the bike, moving around underneath you, sliding like this, get ready for it.
It's incredible.
Here it is.
Scenes, wouldn't it?
Get ready. Good battle.
Great, wasn't it? All the way from turn 3.
Yeah.
How they toughed it out side by side down the straight. Miller playing his part in it. Little thumbs up across the line from Acosta to Stevie Blackburn down there, celebrating with him. Now the stalwart of this paddock.
Yeah, he'll have worked with some talented riders in his career.
Right, let's hear from the championship leader, Jorge Martin. Another one down, just 2 to go.
Jorge, I couldn't help but be nervous for you, especially in those early laps. There was moments all through it. I'm sure there was many more moments we didn't see on camera. Unbelievable skill from both of you. Tell us all about it.
Yeah, I mean, the level we are demonstrating, I think not a lot of people can understand how fast are we going, even with these conditions. Today was a tough race. I started really good, but then I was taking a bit to risk, and I went wide in corner 3. After that, I just tried to be close to Marc and Pecco. I had a lot of moments. The grip was really poor. I was struggling a lot. So then when Marc crashed, I was still trying to catch Pecco, but I saw I was too on the limit. So then I say to myself, okay, it's time to finish second again. Let Pecco win. I was controlling the gap to Jack and the riders behind. But I'm very happy. Ganesh helped me during this weekend. Yesterday with second, today with second. Thanks to the Thailand fans because they are amazing. And I hope next time I will be better.
Great work. Congratulations.
Yeah, he's talking about the Ganesh he had on his helmet this weekend, a new Thai-style design for him.
Oh, yeah. That's where it took the from.
Yeah, we saw Marc Marquez's bike skittling out on the left. Maximum risk today for the title rivals, but they both come through it unscathed.
Because they are the best riders in the world. The cream rises to the top in conditions like that. It's a leveler. And look who finished first and second.
And third.
Yeah, you look at the talent of Acosta in his first proper wet race.
There'll be a relieved man here, Pecco Bagnaia. He takes 5 more points out of Martin's championship lead.
Pecco, your Sunday performances are so regularly are awesome and in such tricky conditions. Tell us about that one.
This morning after the warm-up, I wasn't that happy, but I want to say thanks to my team that we did an incredible job. We look at the data, we understood what to do, and the step today, thanks also because there was more water on the asphalt and was better for me. But in any case, so happy, and I want to dedicate it to my team that is always doing a fantastic job.
Congratulations.
Well, so happy. I mean, that was pretty special from Pecco there. We know he was feeling the pressure earlier. His team were feeling the pressure as well. And Michael, he managed to pretty much be perfect out there when, as they've all been saying, the pace was so hot.
It was relentless. The fact that he said he wasn't comfortable after the morning, work to do over the lunch break. You've got 10 minutes of wet weather running, and all of a sudden you've got to develop a bike into that type of performance. It was exceptional today. He was asked by Marc Marquez, by Martin. Jorge put the running in at the start, but Pecco, he just had it all under control. Once he got to the front, his pace was so fast. He had a few little moments that will have made him nervous, but he just settled he stayed composed throughout, but settled into such a rhythm that Martin just couldn't match it. You could see Jorge getting scrappy in the middle of the race, trying to chase him down, trying to stay with him, but Pecco was exceptional today.
He was indeed, but at one point at the beginning of the race we actually thought Jorge Martin may run away with it. He had a gap of about 0.3 and then he was pushing and he did make a mistake, and it just kind of opened the door, didn't it, for the other two, Pecco and Marc Marquez, to come through in him, Michael.
Yeah, Jorge made the early running. It was like he pushed on the opening lap, activated his tyres quicker than the others. But on the previous 2 laps, the gap on his pit board would have been coming down, so he knew Pecco was coming, and he tries to up his game a little bit, gets in a little bit too deep on the brakes for him. You can see Pecco's closing, but Jorge just can't decelerate that last little bit the way Pecco can. He's out onto the blue paint on the outside, gives up those 2 places, and from there he gets a good look at Marc and Pecco, and he can see that they've got rhythm. So he tried. I was worried, I really was, for Jorge, because he was wide so many times, deep into the last corner, deep into turn 1, deep into turn 3 and all that. If he keeps pushing like this, he's going to end up on the deck. But Steve asked him the question yesterday, would you be settling for seconds? Today was the right decision to settle for second, and championship-wise, give away those 5 points, but he brought it home, and you can see what it means to him. There was a lot of risk, and he dealt with it so well.
And he said just that, you know, second was good enough for today. He was happy in Parc Fermé. He obviously got the second. He's still leading the title. He's also top independent rider as well for 2024. So a little bit of a bonus there as well for him, just taking a bit of silverware before we finish the championship already for Jorge. Well, obviously battle was on then, wasn't it, between the top 2, between Pecco and Marc Marquez. And it looked at one point, Michael, that Marc was going to take the lead in this race.
He sent it from downtown twice into the last corner. He was brave, but he was also confident that he could stop it without tucking the front, without risking Pecco. So the cut back from Pecco was clean. Pecco just checked it up. I'm having it back. This first time gives Marc a little bit of room. Second time around, though, he doesn't take it so lightly. He did squeeze him out a little bit, but at this point you can see he's coming from a little bit closer, squeezes him off, and Pecco wants to cut back, but Marc tried to park it, so he just runs him a little bit to the edge of the curve. It's not dirty, but he's just letting him know that I'm here, I'm going to fight back. And he did want to get to the front. I think if he'd got to the front, he maybe could have set a nice rhythm, but unfortunately it wasn't to be today.
Yeah, we know he's not battling for the championship title, but he is battling between himself and Enea Bastianini for a 3rd and 4th in the championship. So every place does count, but he just pushed too much even for Marc out there today.
Yeah, and it didn't look like he was really over the limit. He wasn't on the white line, just trail braking in, asking a bit too much from the front tyre at this point. And boy, did he try to save it. You can see at the moment he's like a tripod. He's got his knee dug into the ground. The front is just pushing. If it wasn't for the curbs, he may have got it back. Look at this. You can see his knee skidding about on the ground. He's got 3 wheels there trying to balance it, but he had to give best. So unfortunately, that was his chance of a victory over. I think you can't see a lot wrong there. He may have touched the throttle quite early just to keep the momentum up. And heartbreak for him, but yeah, almost kept it up right there, and that was it. It was game over. He did pick it up and push on.
Look at that little fella as well, that fan watching. Obviously, he's got the 93 shaved into his head, and you can see just how much it means when a rider like Marc Marquez crashes there. It would have been the save of the season if he was to do it. Between himself and Enea now, it's 10 points. It was 8 earlier on the day. Now it is 10 points between 3rd and 4th. Well, let's go down to the podium here in Thailand. It's lovely to see Pedro Acosta back up there as well, isn't it, Gav?
Yeah, after a run of no scores for Pedro, back on the box. Jorge Martin up there for the 14th time in main races, the 28th time in total. Bagnaia also his 14th podium of the year, but his 9th win, crucially. It was all about the Sundays. He would be world champion, pretty much. But the sprint races are where Jorge Martin has proved to make the difference. Ducati Lenovo celebrate with a trophy, also celebrate the Teams World Championship, beating Pramac Racing, of course, have already won the Constructors' Championship, so it will be a triple crown, come what may, but which rider will do it? Pedro Acosta, I mean, in the wet race, damaged shoulder, first wet race for him, full wet race in MotoGP. That's an impressive performance. But you have to take your hats off to the top two in the championship. With the top two in this race, it's Martin second today, but in doing so, keeps clear daylight between himself and Pecco Bagnaia in the championship. 17 between them, with 2 rounds of this 2024 MotoGP Championship to go. Bagnaia with the spoils in Buriram, but he still has points to make up at the next round in Malaysia. For now, he and Ducati can celebrate with the Italian anthem.
What a wonderful Thai Grand Prix. Martin immediately sprays the champagne over race victor Pecco Bagnaia, with Pietro Acosta finishing in 3rd place. The championship then has a match point. Jorge Martin can win it in 7 days' time at Malaysia. It is all to play for, but is Bagnaia going to do the impossible and claim it back? What a race we've had here in Thailand. What a weekend as well. My thanks to all of you for watching as well. It's not over yet here on JB Motorsports. On JB Sports Extra on YouTube, you can watch the final race of the Freca campaign. That's going to come up as well. Omi's going to be commentating through that one. Later on tonight, USRN have the coverage here on JB Motorsports for the NASCAR race. 3 races left as well in the playoffs as well after Logano won last weekend. And then at 7 o'clock UK time, you can join Jess and myself for all the action from the Mexico City Grand Prix of Formula One as well. Well, Thailand has delivered a classic. It's crowned the Moto2 champion. It's given us great racing all morning. And it's shaping up to be a very interesting Malaysia and title finale. Just 2 left then. Martin and Bagnaia, the rematch, as we head from the Changi International Circuit to Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. We'll see you in 7 days' time. Thanks for your company. Bye-bye.